Hello and a very warm welcome to the Dugout. It's just been close to 19 hours ever since that feat occurred on September 28. 19 hours. Have you recovered, Harshit, from it?
I think the recovery is going to take some time, Siddharth. It's been too short a span of time for there to have been recovery inside 19 hours. I think I need some time, but the fact that you see more cricket coming your way, and I'm expecting good cricket as well to come my way in just a couple of days' time from now, I wonder if you and I are going to get a lot of time to recover.
There is absolutely no time. Damn you ICC and damn you BCCI for giving so much cricket without so little of a turnaround, because within 2 days, 30th and this is September, right? 30th and 1st October. After that, you got the test series against the West Indies. 2 to 6, you got West Indies. Sandwiched between that is the Women's World Cup encounter. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, chapter number 4, India-Pakistan, is going to take place on yet another Sunday. October 5 is going to be India versus Pakistan all over again. But remember, unlike the men, the women's team, Pakistan women's team, have at least beaten India in the World Cup. So there is a bit of spice even in that. October is a very busy month because September is over. That's it. Finished. You got India, West Indies, you got the Women's World Cup, you also have India's tour of Australia coming up. This is the month where everybody is looking forward to. Why? Because the names that are coming back, at least for 3 days, it is going to be a festival. 19th, 23rd, 25th. No, I'm not talking about the various tithis of Diwali. Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma are back on October 19th, 23rd and 25th.
Ravindra Jadeja?
Yeah, but let's see. The squad will be picked, by the way, on October 10th. So that's going to be very interesting at this point in time. But as I said, I for one, I don't know about Harshit, but I for one, and I think I can speak for him also, we have not recovered. Quite simply because there has been so much information. There has been so much backlash. And what happened in that so-called presentation ceremony, farce, it will linger. And there is a new storm now that is developing when our Prime Minister, our Honorable Prime Minister has tweeted. And several entities from across the border have decided to raise an issue. And that is what we are going to be focusing upon this dugout today. Where does it all stop? Because the fuse has been now lit. Okay? September 14th, you lit the fuse. It's now coming closer and closer to detonation of something huge. Because what Prime Minister Narendra Modi tweeted immediately in the aftermath of India's win, Operation Sindoor on the games field. Outcome is the same. India wins. Congrats to our cricketers. Now when we look back upon this Asia Cup, honestly, Harshit, hand on heart, how many great cricketing instances can you remember?
Siddharth, there's been 2 standout games. Let's be honest about that. The final, I would say, was one of the better games that we saw. The only game perhaps better than that in terms of a contest was the Super Over match. However, a final is a final, so I'm actually torn between those 2 matches. The others were good in bits and pieces, but you expected teams to do better as well. Afghanistan underwhelmed to begin with. Then Bangladesh botched up 2-run chases, not even 1, 2-run chases they botched up. So overall, the cricket quality was okay-ish, I would say. But yeah, right towards the end, the fag end was real entertainment. And I think, as they say, that the best is saved for the last. I think in this tournament as well, the best indeed was saved for the very last 2 days of the tournament. I would say that was the penultimate day of the tournament, the India-Sri Lanka match. And then you had a very good final take place as well. If we're just talking about cricketing wise, what is it that I saw at the Dubai International Stadium yesterday? It was a good advertisement for the sport. because the pendulum kept swinging. The pendulum wasn't just stuck in favor of one team. You saw Pakistan running away with the match given how the first 11 overs had played out, but then India made a roaring comeback, picked up 9 wickets for 33 runs. In short, Pakistan was stopped at around 140 odd in this big final. Then India, catastrophic right at the start, 20 for 3. In fact, could have been 3 wickets down for an even lesser score if it wasn't to be that missed run-out chance of Shubman Gill. I think it was Fakhar Zaman who was fielding at that point at mid-on. Then India make that comeback. Slowly they had to rebuild, and then at a crucial juncture, what happens? You lose the wicket of Suryakumar Yadav, and again then comes in a Shivam Dube who doesn't get a lot of time to get his feet in, but manages to get the boundaries for India just when you needed those boundaries to release the pressure. So I think I was thoroughly entertained in terms of how that match between India and Pakistan played out. But as I already told you yesterday when we were here building up to the match, I told you that the presentation ceremony is going to be the one thing I'm going to be looking forward to, and that somehow it has to be the highlight of that match. People probably going to forget the tipsy-turvy nature of this particular match. People will remember what is it that happened in the aftermath of this particular match. That is a memory that's now, I would say, cast in the minds of cricket fans for a long time. It was ugly, it was unsavory. It was expected though. Nothing about that was unexpected. Just the one thing I would say was perhaps unexpected was, and that's something I could not have predicted, is the ACC, PCC, PCB chief to go ahead and take the trophy and the medallions with him. That is something my creativity didn't allow me to think that wild. So that was that in terms of how I look at this tournament.
I'll only sum up the two positives in this whole Asia Cup campaign. Pachum Nissanka's 100 and that game against Sri Lanka, I think it was far better because a super over and everything. And you saw that India held their own. That super over also, only 2 runs were conceded. For me, the thing about this Asia Cup, I think that will never go out of my mind. Our batting captain Suryakumar Yadav demoting himself to number 11 against Oman. Where was this kind of a captain when we were growing up in our gully cricket days? Yeah? If we had every captain like Suryakumar Yadav, we would have all become better batters. Oh, no, you go and bat. No, you go and bat. You go and bat. For me, those two memories are there because if I bring Pakistan in this, and I think I will be then disrespecting the tournament of which they have already done, and I will disrespect the sport also.
Okay.
It began with no handshake. It ended with a trophy snub. In between...
Actually, truth be told, it began with a handshake.
Of course. For which our captain got trolled. Big time. If you do, you're damned. If you don't, you're damned. He chose the don't option after that particular incident. So what began as a handshake ended with a trophy snub. And this is unprecedented. Nowhere have I ever seen a cricket multi-nation tournament get this kind of a trophy, this thing. Never. And safe to assume that this is what we will unfortunately remember the Asia Cup for. We didn't do cricket analysis when there were India-Pakistan games. We did only off-field political analysis.
The one remotely close, I won't say actually remotely close, the one incident which does, at least in my mind, stay very much afresh and it pertains to the presentation is the time that Sharad Pawar had to hand over the trophy to Australia, and remember Ricky Ponting was in a hurry to get him off the stage, and that was retrospectively I think there was a lot that was made of it in terms of anger, not at the moment, and you can correct me if I'm wrong with that, but later on I think that became a big thing. Not in that moment was that blown up into a huge controversy, but yeah, that's the only time that it gave an impression that there was some amount of disrespect directed at Sharad Pawar, who was then the chief. and rightly so had to give the trophy as well. But yeah,
I would have preferred that if India had done with Mohsin Naqvi.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is all that I could also imagine in terms of what is it that we've seen in the past, or will there be just a walkout of sorts and they walk past Mohsin Naqvi? My mind was running more on those lines, but yeah, what happened yesterday is something I just could not have predicted.
Which is why we did only off-field dramas in this Asia Cup. The cricketing was also controversial. Because did we do any particular kind of a milestone during an India-Pakistan game? No, we didn't. What was the major theme? I remember 6 of them. In tribute to Pakistan 6-0, I remember 6 of them. No handshake. That was one. Second, the provocative gestures done by Fahim Ashraf and Haris Rauf. 6-0, 6-0. Even in the practice that they had football practice.
Farhan.
That is the third. Sahibzada Farhan's deliberate gun celebration. Number 4. Arshdeep and Bumrah giving it back to Pakistan. Bumrah in particular with that. Okay.
There was this and there was this.
Yes. That was Arshdeep and that was Bumrah. Okay. Number 5.
Very interesting. I'm sorry to cut you short, Siddharth. There are certain clips that I saw on social media. Haris Rauf, when he was in the field and had taken those 2 catches, and credit to him, those are very good catches that he took in tense situations. I have seen this clip wherein he again did the airplane gesture yesterday. When Pakistan had their tail up, I think India were reduced to 20 for 3. It was just around that time that he once again did the celebration yesterday.
See, that's the mentality. That's what we'll remember it for. And the 5th one, when I'm talking about it, the trophy presentation snub. 6th, how bloated egos can destroy the sport. And the representation of that bloated ego is Mohsin Naqvi. Because look at what he tweeted in the aftermath of what our Prime Minister tweeted after that. I will also blame our own government in this case because they allowed the situation to happen. But look at it. Mohsin Naqvi's bizarre, delusional tweet in which he says, war was your measure of pride. History always records your humiliating defeats at Pakistan's hands. No cricket match can rewrite that truth. Dragging war into sport only exposes desperation and disgraces the very spirit of the game. Pakistan and Mohsin Naqvi lecturing on the spirit of the game.
This is exactly why, and I said it at this platform as well, and I was saying this to family members, friends, and with you guys as well as we were conversing and building up to this match. This tweet is testament to why you didn't need Pakistan to win this tournament. There is a blatant lie over there.
Every word is a blatant lie.
It starts with a big fat lie, and this is exactly what would have been propagated by Pakistan players had they got the occasion to go ahead and express themselves. The only person who got to speak yesterday on behalf of the team was the captain. In India's case, there was the match winner, there was the player of the tournament as well. All of that came from India, and this is the moment, Siddharth, I was telling you about. Just take a look at that.
I think we need to go back, but we just have to go back.
You see, he takes the catch. You see, he's doing that. You see, he's doing that.
He does it, which is why. Again, I reiterate what I had said in April. Our government has 4 or 5 litmus tests that they have to go through. And my thing was, you cannot be playing Pakistan on any forum. But unfortunately, because we have got this fake prestige issue that yes, we have to host the Olympics and we have to be in cahoots and be the good books of the IOC. They don't understand our situation. When you look at every other nation on the planet, they don't have a terrorist neighbor. We have a terrorist neighbor who knows nothing but hatred and knows only to peddle lies, venom, fakery and propaganda.
Bigotry.
There are, 6 things again. It all points out to 6. Who shared provocative posts, obscene posts, offensive posts when Operation Sindoor was going on? Pakistan. Who decided to provoke India? Pakistan. Who decided to mix politics in the sport in the very first place? Pakistan. Who gave them the license? Oh, you do anything on the field, I will support you. Pakistan. All this Gidad Bhakya, they only did it. Number 5. Who decided to use the culture shield to justify a provocation?
Where the hell was that culture yesterday? I want to know.
Where was the culture in the 3 previous instances? If Mr.
Bro,
Saibzada Farhan thinks...
That smirk on his face and some of his teammates in the camp just summed up the story for you.
Yep. And who in this current generation represents the 93,000 cowards who surrendered from Pakistan? It is this cricket team. Okay? From 1971 onwards until now, Pakistan has been a living disgrace. Which is why I don't mind the political interfering this time around. But yes, I will blame the government for one simple thing. You allowed us to be in this situation where you escape the criticism, but all those people who want to cover something, you expose them to the wolves. What was it? Boycott, and then people were questioning our thing. How dare you cover? Which is why, since when did covering sport become a matter of patriotism? But our patriotism was questioned by so many fringe elements. They were the ones who cheered on 21st and on 28th.
No, these fringe elements were also the ones, Siddharth, who were celebrating till the wee hours.
Of course.
The dhol, the nagaras, the crackers, everything was out, and then some of those fringe elements. Again, you know what yesterday's celebrations also showed you? That this country, if there was a section that didn't want the match, I think there was a larger section that wanted this match to happen, and series of these matches to happen, I would say.
They got their wish.
Exactly. The wish was that you not only get all these matches, but the wish was to beat Pakistan on the cricket field. And the elation that we saw yesterday was a representation of that elation.
But let us get to the point, okay? Main point, and then we will take some comments at this point. How do you justify these political statements that have been made on both sides of the spectrum? Is it going to stop? Or are future India-Pakistan matches going to be in this particular vein, be it any tournament, ICC, ACC, multilateral of any kind? Are we going to see political statements now on a continuous basis?
See, the next time, Siddharth, we see these two teams, I'm talking about men's cricket over here, is going to be the World Cup.
Yeah.
That match will be played in Colombo, as we know already,
yes.
right?
Yes, correct.
And we are 4 months away.
February, yes. 5 months.
4 to 5 months away from that happening, right?
Yeah.
Will the sentiment change? I think the sentiment would have changed just a bit. However, it will happen close to Pulwama, not Pahalgam. That match will be taking place close to the anniversary of the...
February 14th.
Yes. It will take place close to the anniversary of the Pulwama attack. Wow. And I wonder if the sentiment could get recharged again. At the moment, you knew that the build-up was so tense. Pahalgam had happened way too close to the heels of this particular tournament. I expect some of the anger to have tapered by then. In 4 months' time from now, you would probably be looking at other things as well. But the fact that you will be seeing the anniversary of the Pulwama attack then, I don't know if this flares up again. And if it does, also till now we've been told that Operation Sindoor is still on.
Yeah.
We've been told that from the government, so we don't know what exactly is happening in the background. And what will also change things or determine the future is, Siddharth, if Pakistan turn to their ugly provocation again. Time and time again, the border skirmishes, the provocation has always, the needless needling has always come from Pakistan. If they're up to some dirty tricks again, I think you will see this continue. Clearly, there's going to be no handshake in February. I can tell that to you now. It's going to be a very hot issue. It's going to be a very contentious issue even then. But you will you will also know the importance of that, because there's going to be sanctions. You can't not be playing Pakistan in the ICC T20 World Cup, which will take place in 2026. So the match will happen. There will be no handshakes. I think the coldness between the two teams will also persist. But this gesturing, the ugly business, it depends on totally what is it that the Pakistani dispensation again ends up propagating or directing its players to do. Pakistan are waiting at the moment. India have had their say. I liked what Surya Kumar Yadav, and in case you're joining us right now and you haven't seen that interview, Nikhil managed to catch up with Surya in Dubai, and he's spoken about all these things. So do check that interview out. I liked what Surya said in that interview, Siddharth, that we were here just for cricket. For Pakistan, they were there for political messaging, they were there for antiques, they were there for dramabazi. They had little to do with cricket, and that depicted in all the three match results as well, including times where they had a stronghold in the match but ended up giving things away, because in their head they were always looking at what is it that I'm going to say, what is it that I need to do to antagonize the crowd. It was this wiring that had happened in the minds of the Pakistan players that they got distracted. So if they're up to this, and if they have the same mindset in 4 months time from now, they'll have the same thing. They'll get another pasting, as they did not once, not twice, but thrice they got a pasting from India, and it'll be the same all over. And I expect Indians to maintain the same dignity that they did in the field. And Surya in that same interview says that that some of the things, in fact, people don't know right now. Some things players had told them which weren't necessarily caught on camera, and those were also unsavory. With Pakistan, I have very little hope. If, assuming they are to beat India in 4 months' time from now, I think they just need an opportunity to make their statement as well. And the moment that they get it, they will grab it. No time, no nothing now, because India sent its message across to the cricketing community very, very clearly. Yeah. That tweet of the BCCI after winning the match also is a bit of a deviation from what usually is the standard practice after winning a big tournament. Correct. So Pakistan are clearly looking for that opportunity, and I think they'll come biting at you if they are to get that opportunity.
See, I don't know whether in a broader ICC event where sometimes it is a bit more stringent, political posturing, provocation, I think it is dealt with by the ICC in a far more, you can say, a stricter way. But if the ICC have seen this very closely, then boss, you have to frame rules then for on-field provocations. If the one thing that the ICC has always been late on is to ensure that you have to frame the rules not in hindsight, but you have to have a bit of foresight. India and Pakistan, now three things ICC, ACC and everybody else has to do in order to avoid this kind of a situation. Stop putting India and Pakistan in the same group. Enough is enough now, because you can't put them in the same group every single time. Deliberately you can't do it. If they deliberately put them there, then I think you are going to see these kind of skirmishes happen over and over again. Okay? And the ICC will not be able to stop it. Was it necessary for India to make a political statement? Yes, it was necessary. Because no normal relations with an abnormal country. Simple. Pakistan, that's the reason why there is profound hatred for Pakistan. And I'm not trying to be neutral here at all. When it comes to Pakistan, I will not be neutral. I can't be neutral. Because that is why Pakistan at this point in time, they deserve all the hate that is coming their way. The other reason, this should continue and it should not be stopped. Because if majburi you have to play them, then this is the template, boss. You have to humiliate Pakistan. And I hope it doesn't stop. Even if you lose, it doesn't stop. I don't want it to stop. Because
No, but Siddharth, at some point you will lose a match as well.
that's what I said. You shouldn't stop it. Because if you give it, you've got to take it.
Okay.
I hope that the Indian polity and the Indian public and the Indian fraternity take it. I hope so. Because, see, 14th September was the major turning point.
Yeah, because I'll tell you why this becomes a loop. Why this becomes a loop is because you know what Pakistan are going to be telling the world and are going to be saying, which is, as we just touched upon that tweet of Mohsin Naqvi as well, which is just going to be a bunch of lies with no real proof and just misinformation. That's it. It'll just be their attempt at spreading propaganda. We know that. The cricketers will just be following orders. They are anyway believing the false stories that have been told to them by the government, and it will just be packaged and sold to the world. This is what Pakistan will be up to. And why this becomes a loop is then India will again, you will have the politicians get involved. You will have, the opposition asking questions. You will have, you will question your own representatives as well. You perhaps could be questioning the armed forces as well as to, asking for more clarity on these claims being made. So it's going to be a battle of, claims versus counterclaims. I think it becomes a bit of a tug of war again. So the mudslinging will continue. And that's why I see no end to it in that way. If Pakistan, the only way is that you keep beating them, that you keep them quiet, you keep humiliating them on the cricket field. That's the one. When you've humiliated them all 3 times, yes, they gave a bit of a fight, but it's humiliation because from a stage where they should have gone ahead and won the match, the cricketing world saw you get defeated. So, but it's sport after all, as we know. And
Sport in the new era.
but Siddharth, at some point you will lose as well.
So sure, that's why I said, I hope it doesn't stop even if you lose. Because, see, for far too long, we have presented a very nice face to Pakistan and they've taken advantage of it. Okay. You played them even after deadlier terror attacks. Yet you come and given a smile. Okay, please come. Mehman Nawazi, let us show you our Mehman Nawazi. I'm sorry, that changed. What did I tell you the differences? We didn't post anything offensive during Operation Sindoor. I mean the Indian cricket team and the players. Nothing offensive. Pakistan had 5 people posting offensive content and doing offensive actions. Haris Rauf, Shaheen Afridi, Fahim Ashraf, Abrar Ahmed, Saibzada Farhan. All of them. And there are even Mohammad Haris. There is an alleged clip that is going. That he sledged Tilak Verma, but it was a very provocative sledge that he did. This is not Mumbai. Tilak, that's what he said. That's the purported clip that is doing the rounds, although I'm not sure of its authenticity.
Okay.
That's what Mohammad Haris is saying. Even when a catch was taken, even when all of us doing this celebration of the flight going down is there. Now, this is where, allow me 2 minutes. I want to target certain elements in this country also. This lie of 6-0 was peddled by whom in India? Okay? Whosoever peddled this lie, I have 4 questions. And independently, if they can come with the most factual of answers, then I will be convinced. Certain elements in India peddled that 6-0 narrative, and Pakistan, our enemy, has used it. If it is 6 jets that have been shot down, where's the proof? Where are the jets? Where are the pilots who died? Number 2. Where are the family members? And 4th, when, where did it happen? You can't keep family members quiet for 6 months after an incident like this just for the sake of the nation. No sane nation does this. Unless Pakistan developed MH370 technology, disappeared the flight entirely. Every bit of fakery that many elements in this country also peddled, you gave it on a platter to your enemy.
And see, Siddharth, one thing everyone knows is there was no casualty at all. No matter what Pakistan says, no.
Basic journalism.
However, the one thing we do know is, and that's come from the armed forces, that there was some collateral damage. That needs to be acknowledged as well, and that's warfare.
That's
warfare. As in sport,
yeah.
you win some, you lose some. Yes, there was some collateral damage as well, but
unless we know the nature of those collateral losses or those damages, everything is hearsay, everything is speculation. We don't know the nature of the collateral damage. Basic journalism ethic tells you, you did not answer the 5 W's and 1 H. Who, what, where, when, why, how? We don't know. Which is why you can peddle those lies until your existence, which is anyway going to be there for the next few years. Okay, you can peddle that lie, and you can peddle that lie until your grave. Okay, but I only wish that certain elements in this country now direct the anger at the right entity. Don't target us. Don't target people who do their jobs. Simple. Target decision makers. And the Indian cricket team is not the decision maker. Target your government who want to ensure that, boss, don't put us in this kind of a situation. It just doesn't work. Which is why the political posturing, we are all for it this time. Normally, in the 90s or 2000s, oh, don't mix politics with sports. Yeah, let sports be played. But I'm sorry, when you have terror sympathizers in one nation who are playing on the same field with you, when you've got a memer, a terrorist sympathizer who's going to give you an award, you can't sully and dirty your hands with that. I'm sorry, you can't. Which is why the Indian cricket team did something spectacular on 14th. They did something spectacular on 28th. And that is why they should be appreciated and they should be hailed. Yes, the Prime Minister sought the moment to talk about Operation Sindoor. I think maybe he could have avoided it. Maybe. But there is no reason to say why he shouldn't have done it. You've beaten the arch enemy. You've beaten an enemy on the field with proof. Why not? But yes, whosoever says, oh, no, you can't do that. How could the Prime Minister mix up all of this? You're peddling the enemy narrative then. You are peddling Pakistan's line. You're peddling, look where you are. You're peddling Mohsin Naqvi and Shahid Afridi, 2 terror sympathizers line. I really don't know. That's why people should think. That's what I say. But yes, it will not stop. That's the basic thing. Harshit believes it might stop sometime, but I believe no, it will never stop, because you're dealing with a rogue terror entity in Pakistan. So let's take some comments at this point. Rohan Verma is like saying, I've always been of the view sports and politics should be separate. But sorry, we don't live in an ideal world. Pakistan isn't the country that honestly deserves respect. We have been too soft for a long time before. See, before Harshit makes the point, there is a line from a movie that was done in 2006. One guy is trying to do Gandhigiri. Okay, so he's like trying to ensure, lage raho munna bhai. That's what. He's trying to do Gandhigiri. So, you're trying to vacate. Okay, he's told, the guard is telling you vacate, otherwise I'll punch you. He just gives a smile. That guard gets offended. One slap, pat. So what did Bapu say? Show the other gal. He will probably slap it.
He won't hit you the second time.
No, he did hit him the second time.
But he did, yeah. The philosophy is that you show him the other one, and the next time you don't get slapped, but he gets smacked and then he gives it back.
He gives it back. दूसरे गाल पे अगर मार दिया तो ये नहीं बताया बापू ने. So that is what I want to say. You've given it far too many times. Now you can't be soft. You can't give Pakistan respect anymore. So that's the thing. Psychedelic is saying, Harshit, the quality of bowling was quite good in the Asia Cup. It's the batting which was not up to the mark, and cricket is a game of bat and ball.
Agreed. But I must say, Psychedelic, see, the conditions are also bowler friendly. I think across teams I can say that the spin bowling looked good, and in case of India, they're of no match per se. They're a cut above the rest. But I agree with you. Yes, we didn't see the best batting as well in this tournament.
Okay. Jasbir Singh is saying, do you even read news of army generals? You should be more aware of army person concerns. You have lost some planes. Even your partners, but you're still speaking. Are you saying your army generals are telling a lie? Jasbir Singh, let me please tell you. We don't know the nature of collateral damage. That's what I reiterated. Who said it? Our army person. Who? Army generals. Agreed. But what is the collateral damage? Jasbir Singh, if you are accusing me of that, then I can very well tell you, I'm just telling that you cannot peddle any information that plays into the hands of the enemy. This is not the time to be politically correct, my friend. Jasbir Singh, please make one thing very clear here. We are not in the business of political correction. We want to ensure that any information that is there, it's not peddled at the hands of the enemy. It's simple. Which is why Jasbir Singh, 5 Ws and 1 H. What is the damage? Where is the damage? If you can answer the basic things, I have read lots of army generals' news. I have read lots of news. It doesn't answer the question for me. Honestly, it doesn't. So I'm not going to be politically correct or I'm not going to be politically neutral at this point in time, Jasbir Singh. I want cold, hard facts. And facts don't lie. That's the only thing I'm saying. So, अच्छा, Aditya Khavlekar is like, आप गुस्सा हो रहे हो उसका. No, I am not angry. But I'm angry with the government for one thing, that you allowed 3 India-Pakistan games to happen. I'm sorry, you can't be playing.
No, I'm with you on that, Siddharth.
And deliberately you put them in the same
all of
group.
the drama could also have been avoided in one way, and the game could have been more pristine than it was over the course. Is if you could build if you could just have done enough lobbying, activated the diplomatic channels, played your cards accordingly, made the right move, and isolated Pakistan. Have an alternate tournament of your own. Use your might, use your diplomacy, use the financial muscle that you have, and that would have sent a louder message. And maybe we could all have then been spared of this drama that played out. And ideally, that should have happened in the first place.
I hope it happens in November. I really hope it happens in November, because Devjit Sekia has said that they will lodge a very strong
and serious.
They will have a complaint against Mohsin Naqvi.
Yeah.
And that is why. And Aneet Sandhu is saying India has won the trophy, India should have got it. But BCCI Sekia caught sleeping, government ego prevails, players become... No. See, Aneet Sandhu, let's make one thing very clear here. India did something different by not taking the trophy from a guy who's a terrorist sympathizer. Jaideep say, when you look at it, Devjit Sekia actually waited and watched. BCCI waited and watched. They were clear. We don't want to take it from a terrorist sympathizer. No way. We won't take it. And that is why it was a good move that you did on September 28th as well, along with September 14th. Yeah. So let's just go down, let's just take 1 or 2 comments more, and I think we can call it the end. Okay. Sachin Kashyap, what about the India versus Pakistan Women World Cup? India travel to Sri Lanka? Yes, they will have to. They'll have to, Sachin Kashyap, because it's an ICC event. Yeah. You have not boycotted Asia Cup. How will you boycott a Women's World Cup? How will you boycott an ICC event? It's not happening, my friend. It's not happening. So, freaking also, India will go with Jaddu for ODIs in Australia, but Jaddu struggled a lot there in ODIs. In 17 ODIs, picked only 7 wickets against Australia. Well, the team selection will happen on October 10th, freaking awesome. So, let's see how that...
Are you expecting him to be there or not?
I think he will be there. Yeah. He should be there. Exactly. I don't know what is happening, and that is the thing. Rahul Dravid Vinod is saying, Vinod. Now, does India raise a complaint against Salman Ali Agha for his comment that yes, and donating the match fee for innocent children that happened? See, let Pakistan do their dramabazi. It's a fake country with fake sympathies, and that is why let them wallow in their fakery. Let them just. So that is why I will not even take it very seriously, okay? He will give it to terrorists. Anyway, that is the one flip side. All the money that goes will be funneled into terrorist channels in Pakistan. It won't go into cricket development. It won't go into cricket infrastructure. It will go into funneling and funding of terrorists in the country, which are aplenty. So in that sense, that is the way we are looking at it. And is that all, Pawan? Okay. So I guess that is all. Okay. On opinion, KL Rahul as number 5 in T20s. No. As you're playing high risk, should you be solid option? No.
Ship has sailed.
KL Rahul done. KL Rahul's T20 career is done. He's not coming back. Yes. We are not Pakistan, Jasbir Singh. Jasbir is saying our country is much bigger. Doing these handshake things is giving much more hype to Pakistan fake propaganda too. That's the issue. Due to us, Pakistan also able to show propaganda to the world. No. Wrong.
Yeah.
Totally wrong, Jasbir Singh. In the 90s and the 2000s, why did I say in the post-match that growing up in the 90s was far more traumatic for all of us?
You were losing to Pakistan more times than not.
This was the same thing which Pakistanis used to tell us. Oh, what is a rivalry? We are dominating them everywhere in the world. Be it hockey, be it cricket. Now when the boot is on the other foot and we do not want to use our pride and say, what is this Pakistan? Why not? And remember, not doing a handshake gives the big signal of intent. We are no longer the same Pakistan. We are no longer the same India. So, Mijit Ramaswamy is like giving me some very, you may say, altruition advice. Mr. Mijit Ramaswamy, journalism is telling the truth. I told the truth. Pakistan is a terror state. Pakistan did dramebazi. If you think that is jingoism and nationalism, you don't know journalism. And what is the point? I mean, why can't I be a nationalist, Mijit Ramaswamy? Why can't I be? If I have some love for the country, I have multiple problems with this country. Let me be very clear about it. I do not love this country totally, but I do love it because it gives me something, an identity at least. So I can't be nationalistic. This is the problem. If I stop this nationalism rant and jingoistic rant, then there is nothing called journalism, my friend. You have been taught a wrong school of journalism. Journalism, if you highlight on facts, facts are never neutral. It will be either for or against. So please, Mijit Ramaswamy, try looking at the broader spectrum. That's all I can say. You are not a journalist. I hope you are a journalist. One journalist to another journalist, the message is, practice journalism.
But you don't know if he is one
if he is. I'm just not dismissing anybody, though they are not like that. Okay? There are some people who said, oh, I am a journalist, you are not. He could very well be. I don't know.
Citizen journalist.
Everybody is a citizen journalist in the age of social media. So that's the way it is. So, okay. Someone please file missing complaint for Haris Rauf. Aditya Kavlekar. By the way, Pakistan will also peddle this. India played with 12 men. Harish Raut played for India. Haris Rauf went missing for Pakistan. He became Harish Raut in India. So that is why. So yes, Harish Raut played for us.
But Siddharth, that's the beauty of India.
Yeah.
You don't really need the name conversion to happen.
That's a different debate altogether.
There you need all of this to be there to be eligible to play.
I know.
Here you don't. Here you can be a whatever Rauf,
yes,
etc. And you can still play for India.
आज से Haris Rauf का नाम है Harish Raut. Okay, so that's the way we are looking at it. End of this Asia Cup. Goodbye, good riddance. Now we want to discuss cricket, please.
Yeah, it's the return of red ball cricket now.
Yes, I am so looking forward
Real
to
format.
it. I'm so looking forward to it. Even though they say, oh, West Indies, but please, I want to discuss cricket. I don't want to discuss politics, please. I don't want it.
One hopes it's a happy return of Test cricket to India because the last time you played here, you don't have fond memories from that time.
Yep. It begins in Ahmedabad on October 2, Dussehra Day. it begins.
Dussehra.
Thank you, BCCI, for organizing it on a festival yet again. Yeah, as always, BCCI doesn't like people taking holidays, especially as journalists. So, bye-bye, folks. Enjoy the festive season. Today is the day of Saptami. It is the day of Kal Ratri and Kali Mata. It is going to be a lot of festivities. It's reaching a crescendo. Ashtami and Navami, as we all know, that's where it peaks. And Dussehra. It's going to be a big festive occasion. So the festive season is upon us. So
Enjoy. You're winners of the Asia Cup as well.
Yes.
Enjoy the festivities. It's added another layer of celebration
Correct.
to this festive mood that's already there across the country. But thank you as always for making time in the evening. And to those of you who will be watching us later in the night, thank you to you as well for making the time and choosing us to give you the very latest, to bring you perspective as well, to tell you what is it that we make of things. And it was indeed a very dramatic, controversy laden tournament that we covered for you. But we hope that you like this coverage of ours, and do give us some love. Subscribe to Sports TV if you haven't done.
A lot of videos, exclusives done on Surya Kumar Yadav, Kapil Dev. Lot more videos coming your way as well. So do check it out. Bye-bye. See you. Nandri. Vanakkam. Shubhratri. Shabba Khair. Eat your vegetables.
And do not trouble your mother.
Enjoy the festivities. Bye-bye.